Hello and greetings from Trevelin, a little Welsh town set at the foot of the Andes Mountains in Patagonia, Argentina. This is a place that we first visited on a day trip a few years back, but we left feeling like we had barely scratched the surface with one day there, so we knew we wanted to come back and revisit. So in today's video, we'll be doing precisely that and sharing with you a few different things you can do in and around Trevelin. Together, we'll visit one of the southernmost vineyards in the world. We'll explore a new-to-us corner of Los Alerces National Park and its giant hydroelectric dam. We'll hike to waterfalls, go in search of fire-breathing dragons, plus we'll also take you on some fun foodie adventures. The following is our travel guide to Trevelin, Argentina, so let's dive in. Well guys, we have made it to Casa Yagüe. Today we're visiting a winery here in the outskirts of Trevelin. Beautiful, beautiful setting surrounded by snow-capped mountains, autumn colors, and lunch is on its way. So we're gonna have lunch first and then do a little guided tour through the vineyard. We've got Samuelito over here droning.
Yes.
Oh, serious work, serious face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Sorry, can't really talk at the moment.
And we cut to those views. Well guys, I'm so excited because lunch is finally here. We got a cheese platter, a beetroot dip, some walnuts, and then salad. It's all fresh from their garden with a nice dressing, some sesame seeds. I'm gonna try this dip. So good. Wine. I'm a happy girl. Cheers.
Cheers. It's time for the next course. So we have a vegetable soup, floating pumpkin seeds on top. Oh yeah, look how thick that is, guys. Yeah, very rich and creamy. Oh, some delayed onset with some spice too. Yum. This is perfect because we are firmly into autumn right now. As you can see by, like, we're still wearing our jackets while we're eating. The soup is the perfect way to warm up.
It is. Mush, 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 mush. Well, the main is here. We've got a bowl with pink gnocchi. So I have a feeling it's a beetroot gnocchi. And I had the cat on my lap a second ago, but we had to say goodbye to him because he was like climbing on the table, ready to dive into my plate of food.
Well, he fits in well with us. He's a foodie.
I know, he's a little foodie.
He's a little foodie just like us.
So good.
So good.
It's homemade gnocchi. I can tell the difference.
Nice gourmet meal so far, huh?
Okay, a little bit of sauce.
You realize this cat loves the gnocchi beetroot sauce. It is a very well-fed cat, and it has refined taste buds. But the problem is, I don't think it sees that well. So it bites my finger about 4 times. Here, look, watch. It bites, ow, 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 and then it starts licking. Then it's okay. Ow, 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 ow. Get it. Oh, I'm having a pancake with dulce de leche and cream. Yum. And the cat is extremely interested. Oh.
Yeah, he just put his tail in my food. I am not impressed, cat.
Oh, we did invite him over. That was an absolutely fantastic lunch. You know, I really like the order of things. There's sometimes where you do the tour before you eat, and you've got food on your food and drink on your mind. But you know, having a belly full and then getting to tour the premises after, that's a great idea. And we've absolutely loved it here. This location is incredible. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. This is the second most southern vineyard in the whole world, friends. And we have snow-capped mountains on either side. There's one here, there's one shooting off in that direction. And this place is just amazing. Originally it was purchased in 2004. They had no intention of turning it into a vineyard, but I guess some nearby properties had some success doing that. They gave it a shot, and they've been thriving ever since. 25,000 bottles of wine produced a year, and a great place to have a gourmet meal and just relax out here in the countryside of Patagonia.
The animals were so sweet. They have two border collies that just like melt at your feet, and a love bug of a cat. Beware, he's a foodie. He will try to climb on the table and eat your food. Just be aware of that.
Yeah, I just tucked him in with the blanket, and he's sound asleep.
He's underneath a blanket sleeping there.
We're also close to Chile.
We are. So a fun fact, we're only 12 kilometers away from the border with Chile, which is closer than the distance with the town of Trevelin.
That's right.
So yeah, we're super close to Chile here. And
one more thing, what can you do in October?
In October, okay, so we need to come back in October because that's when the tulip fields bloom, and it's truly impressive. This is the second time we have missed the tulips, but it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And yeah, lots of tourists come down here during that time of year, which would be springtime in the southern hemisphere.
Got to come back in the spring.
Got to come back. We'll just keep coming back. We do like it here.
We do like it here.
Hello, another day.
Hey, it's day 2 here in Trevelin, and we had rain all morning.
Yes.
So we've kind of been hiding in the house like hermits. We skipped breakfast because we didn't grab any groceries yesterday, and so we've worked up a mighty fine appetite.
We sure have. So we are heading out for lunch, and we're going to take you to a place called El Refugio, the Refuge. It's a pizzeria. Now, we've already eaten here before. We had a classic Napolitana, but apparently there's like a Patagonian pizza that people rave about with like walnuts and who knows what else.
Sounds delectable and kind of quirky.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not the typical pizza you would normally grab. Yeah. And so we're interested in exploring new avenues, tantalizing our taste buds with new experiences. So let's check it out. The Roquefort pancetta armoire cebolla. How about we try that one? Cheers! Salud!
Cheers, friends. So this time around we got some beers to go along with the pizza. I'm having the red. I really like the red. I've grown to enjoy the red. I used to be a golden girl or a honey girl.
You're moving up the color spectrum. And I'm at the far end of the stout.
Samuel's a stout boy.
The meal in the glass, I like to call it.
Meal in the glass, Irish style.
Yeah.
So the pizza arrived. We opted for half and half. I chose some pizza toppings I've never seen on a pizza before. So we're having blue cheese with celery and walnuts.
Look at that.
And it's surprisingly good.
Those are some unique ingredients, huh?
New celery and walnuts on a pizza. Nice.
That's definitely unique.
Works.
On a rainy day here in Patagonia. Trevelin.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la is right.
So what do we have here?
For my half, I got the cervecera,
which means
has. What does that mean?
Cervecera means like a beer pizza. Maybe
right,
it goes well with beer.
That's what it is. A cerveceria, of course.
Yeah.
So it's got olives, it's got red peppers, it's got onions, it's got bacon, it's got Roquefort cheese and mozzarella. I'm gonna take this off for a second, and I'm also gonna try it a very Argentine way. This is called faina. It's a topping made with chickpeas that you can stack on top. So let's try it. Called faina.
Faina.
Look at this. Look at all those ingredients, guys. That's a really big bite. The pizza here is just legendary. Like this would stack up with the Buenos Aires pizzerias. That's how good it is. In this little town, to have such a good pizzeria like this, really nice environment. Look at the weather outside, it's miserable. So we're inside, stuffing our beaks with pizza, warming up by the fire, drinking beer. This is a good life, friends.
We're walking in the rain. Price point,
it was $13 US for the 2 beers.
Yes.
The gourmet pizza, which was half and half, and the little slice of faina that I got to put on one of my pieces.
Yeah, we could not finish all the pizza, so it's coming home for dinner.
It's so filling with the Roquefort changes the game.
Yeah, it's just
and the
salty
beer.
and creamier. It definitely fills you up way more than the mozza.
Makes me realize I don't have the bottomless pit stomach that I had even just a few years ago. It's like a little bit of self-control is always good. We got ourselves a snack later on in the day, so.
Alrighty guys, hello. So this afternoon we are doing a guided tour. So we basically hired a driver for the afternoon to help us hit up a lot of the points in the outskirts of Trevelin, since we don't have a vehicle. And our first stop is Los Alerces National Park. Now, I didn't realize there was an access point down south because we've always gone in via Esquel. So right now we're visiting a little waterfall. We've got some free time to go hike. And once we're done, we meet our driver. So sounds good to us and we're excited to explore.
This is amazing. You know what? Los Alerces National Park is a gift that keeps on giving. We have now visited it from Esquel twice. We visited coming from El Bolson, a completely different entrance, and now we're visiting an entirely different section coming from Trevelin. So this is just incredible. This park just offers so much. You could be coming back time and time again and still not see everything.
Alrighty, next stop is Mirador Los Pozones. This is going to be like a lookout point, a panoramic viewpoint. So again, supposedly a very short walk, but very high reward.
I have a big travel tip for Argentina. At the current moment, it's very affordable to hire a driver for like a half day. We're paying our driver $30 to take us all over the surrounding areas of Trevelin, and he's taking us to places we wouldn't have found on our own.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5-hour excursion.
Yeah, and the other thing that's fascinating too is that it's more affordable than renting your own vehicle. And then you have to worry about driving and what is it like to drive as a foreigner in a different country, all the different driving customs, not knowing where you're going, having to fill the car up with gas. You avoid all of that hassle, and you're also, you know, you're supporting a local's business as well. So we're very happy with what we've been doing so far. And yeah, a big tip. If you're coming to Argentina, maybe, you know, compare the prices of renting a car versus hiring a driver, and you'll find, at least we have, that renting a driver is a better option.
Guys, wait until you see this reveal. Like, this basically looks like the Rocky Mountains in Canada. I feel like I'm either in Alberta or BC right now. It is so beautiful. And the water is like emerald green. This is amazing. I love this park. We've been to this park multiple times before, like at least 3 times, and we've just never been to this part of it, the Futaleufu section. So this is super exciting. We are now visiting the dam, the hydroelectric dam, trying not to get blown over here in Futaleufu. I'm speechless. Like, this is so cool. This is incredible. Just snow-capped mountains in all directions, and like the lake is like turquoise. I mean, Samuel with the camera doing his thing.
I have some thoughts.
He has some thoughts.
This feels almost like a sea. This is a lake, my friends.
Alrighty friends, so now we're walking through Bahía de los Palos, or Bay of the Sticks. And if we look down at the ground, it's just covered in sticks and branches and tree trunks, because when they flooded this area, when they built the dam, a lot of trees were left underwater. And then also just, you know, with the passing of the years and the storms, it all kind of came to shore, and now you've got just piles and piles of really cool like driftwood and aged wood all around, and people have come and built teepees which also kind of adds to the magic of the place. Samuelito, would you like to tell us about this hotel? The abandoned hotels follow you, Samuelito.
Apparently they're all over the place. Right over there.
So it was a bit windy, but basically what Sam was trying to tell you is that this hotel was originally built back in the 1970s to house the crews that built the Futaleufú hydroelectric complex. Foreign architects and engineers were housed here along with their families when they came to visit. The thing is, once the hydroelectric complex was completed, the workers returned back to their home countries and the hotel was abandoned and slowly fell into disrepair. But what an impeccable location for a hotel. Hello, from our next stop.
Hey, we are at the Nanti Fall right now. So this is a nice little area where you can see a waterfall, go for a hike. We also found a little place, a little lodge, tiny little cafeteria.
Over here.
Restaurant, right over there, that makes scones. And that's perfect because we had an early lunch and we're getting peckish.
Yes.
So we got a chocolate and a raisin scone.
Nice.
So we had planned on we had hoped to visit a place called the Molino. It's a mill attraction, but unfortunately it's closed. Like we're visiting off season and they're doing construction. It's not open. So that was the other stop we were going to do. But this is our last stop of the day, and what a great day. We've been out in nature. We've had pristine conditions, gorgeous weather. Nobody else out here. This is like as close to the picture perfect day that you could get.
And now let's try those scones. I'm curious. We'll do half and half.
Half these.
Yeah, I'm excited about the chocolate chip one. There's also a raisin.
Ooh, look good.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is a very Welsh region, so I trust they have good scones.
They're nice. Perfect little snack. Pick me up.
Nanti Fall waterfalls are very easy to visit. It's about a 500-meter walk along a well-marked trail that leads to a couple of different lookout points where you can view the waterfalls. This place is located quite close to the mill, which was unfortunately closed, so you can hit up both attractions if you're in the area. So I usually like to be home indoors once it gets dark. But there's an activity, a must-do activity here in Trevelin, and that is to watch the fire-breathing dragon wake up and spit out these flames. So we're here at 8 p.m. Apparently at this time of year, it's 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. The schedule changes throughout the year, but basically the dragon sits on top of the tourism info office. I've also been reading a little bit of the legend surrounding the red dragon. Apparently the red dragon represents good, the white dragon represents evil. There's a whole complicated story surrounding it. But yeah, very excited to see this because we never got to see the dragon wake up last time we were here on a day trip. Alrighty guys, so it is a quiet Sunday afternoon, let's say, and typically what you have is barbecue. You would get together with friends, with family. We're on our own, so we've come to a restaurant called Los Troncos, which we've been to before on our very first day trip to Trevelin. And yes, they're known for their meats, so that's what we're gonna have. And some wine and some salad. So now we wait. Wine is here.
Gotta have the vino tinto with the asado. Correcto, Mondo?
We got the elementos.
Yeah, we got the elementos. So check this out, guys.
Salud.
Cheers.
Salud.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
That'll do?
That'll do.
Hot, friends. We're having little mini empanadas as an appetizer. We squeezed a little bit of lemon juice on top. These are fried, filled with meat. Piping hot, but so good, so juicy, so savory. I'm already getting full. Like, I had a basket full of bread and now the empanadas meat's not even here. I'm like, that's half a meal already.
So we're having the mixed salad over here. We've got lots of different ingredients, very colorful. Love how it's presented. You have the shredded carrot, you have the egg, you have the beetroot, the onion, the lettuce, and the tomato. I have a little bit of everything here. And we've got sizzling asado that's just been brought to the table too.
So the meat is here, as I mentioned. This looks like a wine bottle, but we've actually got the chimichurri for seasoning the meat. It's basically like just a whole bunch of spices mixed together with oil, a little bit of vinegar, parsley, and it just gives it an extra kick.
I'm gonna try the chorizo and the classic Argentine grill item, the morcilla, the blood sausage. First up, the chorizo. You guys have probably seen us having this with the bread before in the chori pan. Very good. Juicy, succulent, flavorful. One of my favorite things to put on the grill in Argentina. Now this one is a bit more of an acquired taste, my friends. This one is something I don't mind. I'll eat it, but a lot of foreigners wouldn't love it.
You can also spread it on bread. That's another way people like to eat it, like a pate.
I think it's good. It is like a pate. It has that consistency. Last thing for me to try here. Well, there's a chinchulin. This is interesting. Any guesses as to what this is?
The small intestine.
Yeah. Now that is the most exotic thing on the menu. Check that out. It's pretty darn good, to be honest. It's a bit chewy, but salty. As long as you're not thinking about what it is, it tastes okay, in my opinion.
People tend to squeeze lemon juice on it.
That might help. And very, very last but not least, let's try the local Patagonian specialty, which is the cordero. That's the lamb here, Patagonia. Delicious mixed grill. Take a look over here. We've got plenty to go. So we're gonna have a feast to feast, guys. Alrighty, so we just finished lunch. That place is called Los Troncos, and lunch was the equivalent of 21 US dollars. We could not finish all that meat. Like, that was a lot of meat, even by Argentine standards. So yeah, I feel like if you order the parrilla for one, you can definitely share. Dogs are going wild. But yeah, really nice restaurant. Like, we probably got there at around 12:15. I was like, wow, it's empty. This is really surprising because it's a good restaurant. They have good food. And it turns out, as usual, we were just early by Argentine standards. By 1:30, it was full. No tables were available. So that's another little tip for you to keep in mind if you're going out for food in Argentina and you're going to a popular restaurant. It pays to arrive early, to be one of the first people there, because then you can get a good table. So yeah, good meal, and we'll see you in the next one. Another place we chose to revisit was the Trevelin Regional Museum, and we enjoyed it just as much the second time around. As we've mentioned, this is a town that was founded by Welsh immigrants, so if you're looking to better understand what that wave of immigration looked like and what objects people brought over from Wales to begin a brand new life on the opposite side of the world, this is a good place to start. And of course, it would not have been a proper visit to a Welsh town without partaking in Welsh afternoon tea. So that's next.
Casa Yagüe, Tea House, 9 Maggie. Ready?
I'm ready.
It's raining. Nice. How I remember.
Oh, that's so good.
The cakes are here.
Cakes are here, my friends. We've got a bit of everything, don't we? We've got a cake here that appears to have dulce de leche or caramel in the middle.
Dulce de leche and coconut.
Oh, coconut, that's what it is. Apple pie. This looks like it's got some
raspberry and cream.
Yep, exactly, and some chocolate sprinkles on top. We got nuts, and I think this is your favorite cake.
That's the Welsh cake.
That's the Welsh cake right there.
Yeah.
And then finally,
You've got a cream pie.
oh yeah, cream pie over here. It's pure cream in the middle with sugar sprinkled on top. So we're gonna be getting our sugar cake tonight. A good old apple pie. Look at that. See the apples?
Bon appetit, my friend. Enjoy all the sweets. It's got a sneeze. Hey, salud, bless you.
Are you seriously keeping that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's
we just walked out of the tea house. We were at 9 Maggie.
Yeah.
And price point, that was the equivalent of $15 US. Once again, we could not finish all the food, all the sweets they gave us.
Granted, we had Parisia for lunch and wine, but we're coming home with about half.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great because that's our breakfast / merienda, tea time.
Tea time for
day or two.
Yes.
So
exactly.
we're well equipped for, little nibbles.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
And it's a really nice place because they love to share the Welsh history, or the history of the Welsh in Patagonia, and like anytime we go there we end up hearing interesting stories and like about their family and things like that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it as an experience here in Trevelin.
Yeah, it's definitely something to do here, and it's the kind of place that you can come back to time and again and have a good experience. So we're very happy to have returned. Got our little goodies. It's time for a little nap.
So we're finishing off a lovely visit in Trevelin. Any thoughts to share?
It's just so phenomenal to get the opportunity to come back here. What a privilege. This is like the antidote to Bariloche. I mean, if you don't want to be in the busier, more crowded touristy spots, Trevelin is a slice of paradise. You actually have probably the most impressive mountain views of anywhere I've been in Patagonia, like any little town. You have the tranquility, you have more of a local vibe, and you just have so many things to do that are just like maybe 15-20 minutes away, including going to the Los Alerces National Park. You have waterfalls to visit, you have hiking, you have fly fishing, you have relaxation activities. There's a lot of horse riding too. And I guess we've never been here in the spring. That's the time to be here for the Tulip Festival. They have vineyards. I mean, this is maybe Patagonia's best kept secret, in my opinion.
And that's a taste of what we got up to during our time in this corner of Patagonia. We hope you enjoyed this video and got some ideas of things to do in Trevelin on your own trip. And if small, rural mountain towns are your thing, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our upcoming videos from Patagonia. Thanks for watching!